welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a space where the right message finds you. So, now let me show you guys our Wheel of Wisdom. So, my dear ones, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And as you guys can see, this wheel contains the name of 50 plus books that I have read over the past 10 years of my life. So, some of the best ones I have put on this wheel. And before we spin the wheel and the universe picks a book for us, I invite you to ask yourself, what do I need guidance on today? And whatever appeared in your mind, hold that as we spin the wheel. It is, I don't know what is happening. So, we got this book that came up. We got this in our last live and the live before that. And there are so many books and so many mindfulness books as well. And still, this book's come up. This book came up. So, let's see what else do we need to receive from this book. And the name of it is Mindfulness on the Go. Simple meditation practices you can do anywhere by Jan Chozen Bays. Yeah, so that this is the book Spiritual. This is our book that came up. It might be inverted for you, so I read it, you know. So yeah, Mindfulness on the Go. That is the name of the book. Okay. And I also share the name of the book and the authors, in my group on Insight Timer. So in case you have to leave and you want a summary of it, summary of the live that we just do, then you can find it in my group called World of Wisdom. So it is on Insight Timer only. You will find it when you scroll down on my profile, when you click on my profile and scroll down. So I will show it to you later. But coming back to this book. So give me a second to open the book. Mindfulness on the Go. Okay. So this is the cover of the book. And now let me pick some numbers for our game together. So, my dear ones. So, my dear ones, in a moment from now, I am going to ask you guys to pick a number. And when I do so, you don't need to rush. Just see what is the first number that pops up in your head. Share it in the comments. I will go through all your comments and pick one that my intuition is feeling most called to. Okay? So, this way, our collective wisdom will guide us to the right message from this book. So, I invite you to pick a number. Pick a number between uh, 20 to 89. Hi, Nia. Would you mind picking a number between 20 to 89, please? Thank you, Alex, for choosing a number. Thank you, Nia. Okay, thank you, Spiritual, for choosing a number. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Steph. Anyone else who wants to pick a number and receive a reading? Okay, then let's see which number amongst these am I feeling most called to. Okay. So the number that is popping up for me is 50 by spiritual. Okay. So let's see what wants to come through from page 50 for spiritual and anyone else who needs to hear this message. So there's one single line on this page, spiritual. Okay, let me show it to you. It's like just one line on this page 50. Uh, so it says, final words. Appreciate each physical space and each mind space that you encounter. Appreciate each physical space and each mind space that you encounter. But if you want, like, let me share the practice beneath this, like, behind this. So, there's an exercise which is called mindfulness of doors. And it is about bringing awareness to any transition between spaces. When you leave one kind of space and enter another, before you walk through a door, pause, even for a second, and take one breath. Be aware of the differences you might feel in each new space you enter. When you are moving from one room to the next, or you from your room to the hall or to the kitchen, just pause at the doorstep and notice like that even the minute differences, like how is the air, like is the kitchen more warmer compared to the room that you just left, is it more bright, or do you do you are you feeling like any different kind of smells as you enter this different room, or like noticing any differences between these spaces, when you transition from one to another. um and similarly, about mind spaces, like appreciating each physical space, you are like truly savoring it, truly arriving in the physical space. And then also with the mind space that you encounter, appreciating each mind space, it is kind of related to in a way to our meditation, when we talked about noticing what you have been focusing on, what have you been holding on in your mental space, and do you really want to focus on it more and more? Do you want to hold on to this thing within your mind? Do you want to carry this with you everywhere you go? And if not, if this is not something that you want more of in your life, then it's time to, let it go, to make space for something else that you want to carry in your mind, or just simple space, that is also very nice to have sometimes, right? So, so yeah, appreciating, the mental space and knowing what is more deserving of that space. Is it, is it the worries, the mistakes, the criticism, or is it, your values, what you want to focus on, your goals, the qualities, so appreciating, making, mindful choices about that as well. So that is something that came up for me, in addition to the reading. So yeah, that's it. Let me know, spiritual, if this reading resonated with you. If you're planning to, carry this wisdom in some form with you today. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, I think I missed Jennifer's number, I think. I'm not sure if I noticed it before. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. I didn't meant to do that at all twice, like not being able to respond to your message in the last live and then missing your number. I'm so sorry. I will, I'm hoping, you would share another number for our next book. Ah, Spiritual says, yes, I will try that. From where to buy that book? I think you might find it somewhere on the internet. I cannot mention any other platform out of this. But yeah, you can like type the name of the book and you would find this book. There are so many places where you can buy it from. So yeah, I'm glad that it resonated with you so much that you would like to, bring this book into your life. That is just so beautiful. uh, Spiritual says, yes, I will try that. I'm glad that you have decided to take on this challenge, to take on this intention into your life. And let me just respond to spiritual message as well, and then I will respond to other comments. Spiritual says, please share me the picture of the book on Insight Timer app. So I cannot share the pictures on Insight Timer, like it doesn't have any feature. I can just show you the cover page once more. And I will mention the name of the author, so you would be able to easily find it, even if there is a different cover page, because the cover pages sometimes are different. So yeah, you can like I will share the name of the author and the book on in my group, so you can find it easily. Okay, so this is the cover page of this one. Uh, okay, now coming to the other comments. Jane says, I am decluttering my house, and my question was, what do I need to keep, let go of as I go through each room? Wow, for me. Oh, I love the alignment here, Jane. I love it. Ah, and yeah, I guess the general kind of advice is that, let go of the things that you haven't, used in quite a while, or, you know, or something that doesn't, that doesn't have a special emotion or memory attached to it. So Uh, just something that popped up in my head. So yeah, I just shared it. But it's lovely that you're using, your time to make space in your house and to be more mindful about it. Thank you, Jane, for sharing, this beautiful alignment. um, Jennifer says, no worries. I was very slow to respond. Jennifer, thank you for understanding. And no, you were not slow. I just missed it. Sometimes that happens. uh, because I want you guys to take your time actually and then share a number. So, yeah, uh, for some reason, I felt like, there was a comment, but I couldn't see it. So, yeah, somehow I missed it. But yeah, I hope that from the space, in any way, you do receive the message that you need to hear most. Uh, but thank you for your understanding. Um, let's see. Jane says yes, and I will be asking each room before I go in. Oh, that's such a lovely addition. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Jane, for sharing it. It's kind of like uh what to call it? Like a practice that I heard of doing, like before like you touch a tree or any part of nature, you ask for permission in a way. And I felt like, yeah, that is like really a really nice practice, and I tried it and it really helped me connect and and yeah, sometimes I felt like I have the permission and sometimes I felt like I didn't. And when I didn't felt like I have the permission, I didn't touch that tree. So yeah, it was like really nice to do. So it reminded me of that. um Spiritual says, and also please share me the wheel link book by Jen. Mm, so this wheel of wisdom is kind of like so it's some I don't know, like do you mean would you like the link to this wheel of wisdom or to the book? Um I didn't get you because I cannot share the wheel of wisdom. It's like it's just a website where I put the name of the books. Okay, wheel. Yeah, so it's I cannot share that because it's more of like I've just took the books that I've read and I just put the names on a website which is, you can find anywhere on the internet. When you type something like it, I cannot again mention it because it is something external from inside Timer. So yeah, so I cannot like you know share it, but you can always just come here or watch the recordings. Yeah, and even if you know and if you want to know the name of the books that I have on the wheel, I've shared all of them mostly in my group as well. So yeah, you can just take it and you can create your own wheel because when a book come up, it doesn't open the original book. It's like I have it somewhere stored, I have the books somewhere, the wheel is somewhere. So it's kind of like this. So yeah, I hope I was able to explain. So yeah, but I'm glad that you like this wheel. Although alternatively I did created like a gift for you guys. It is like a free resource that you can find again in the about section that I mentioned before of my profile. So I created something like a free resource which is like the wheel of wisdom. It is not the wheel of wisdom, but it is very much like it. So yeah, I hope that you will like it. Okay. Hmm. Okay, guys, we have done just one reading today, and we are almost at the time. So let's us move on to our second book and our maybe final book for today. So, bring to your mind anything that you need guidance on. Hold that as I spin the wheel. So this is our wheel of wisdom, and let's spin. Okay, so the name of the book is The Path The Mindful Path to Compassion. Okay, let me read it here. The Mindful Path to Self Compassion, Freeing Yourself from Destructive Thoughts and Emotions by Christopher K. Germer. So, yeah, let me open this beautiful book and see what wants to come through. Mhm. So, this is the cover page of the book. The Mindful Path to Self Compassion. Thank you, Akari, for sharing a number, but it's okay. Like you don't need to rush. I choose a number randomly, and I will ask like between which two numbers I want you guys to choose. But it's okay. You can keep that number. I think it would fall in our range. So just give me a moment to choose some numbers for everyone. And I love your excitement. Thank you for sharing those numbers, Akari. Okay. Ah, I'm glad that you're really, really excited to pick a number. But okay, so I invite you all to pick a number between 30 to 275. And again, no need to rush. I will choose a number randomly from all your numbers and then do a reading from that page. So, yeah, share when you feel ready. Mm, okay, thank you, Akari. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Spiritual. Anyone else who feels called to share a number? Okay, then let's go with the numbers that are here. So, the number that I'm feeling most called to is 131 by Tori. So, let's see what wants to come through page 131. Mhm. So, the heading here is cultivating positive emotions. So, our emotional landscape consists of positive emotions, those that make us happy, and negative emotions, those that make us suffer. Cultivating positive emotions is therefore a compassionate thing to do for ourselves. But let's do it mindfully, not pushing negative emotions away, not clinging to positive ones. As you will see, it's good to understand the value of positive emotions and to enjoy them. So, give me a second because there's a lot of things that we can do to cultivate positive emotions. So, just let me find what is mentioned here. So, there is something called, wait, there's a lot of stuff here. So, I just want to, find a practice of some sort. Mhm. Okay, seems like there isn't any practice, just a simple suggestion to cultivate more positive emotions. And then a little bit about what are positive emotions. So, positive emotions have at least two noteworthy qualities. They feel good and they reach beyond the individual. Examples include affection, cheerfulness, zest, hope, surprise, and awe. Happy people feel connected to their environment, and unhappy people feel separated from it. Most positive emotions include regard for other people. Compassion, for example, is an emotion that keeps us in touch with others, even when it's difficult to stay connected. So, a practice that you can use to cultivate these positive emotions that is coming to my head is, to first of all ask yourself, Tori, or anyone who needs to hear this, that how do I want to feel, right now? What positive emotion would I like to feel today, So, you know, um, becoming clear on that positive emotion as to what would you like to feel today. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be grateful? Do you want to, be more, what do we call it? Like, um, feel more, I don't know, like on the fun side. So yeah, like choosing a positive emotions. And if you have difficulty finding, like, coming up with names or knowing all the positive emotions, you can simply, search it on the internet, ask it for a list of positive emotions or a wheel of emotions, maybe a list of positive emotions, because the wheel usually contains negative emotions as far as I know. But yeah, okay, so come up with a list, a short list of positive emotions. Pick an emotion that you would like to feel today, and then ask yourself, when was the last time I felt this emotion? When was the last time I felt grateful? When was the last time, I felt happy, and so on and so forth. So choose an emotion. Ask yourself, when was the last time I felt that way? Okay, I love it. Tori has chosen the emotions. So curiosity and calm. Lovely combo. Okay, so yeah, so Tori, okay, so for example, you want to feel calm. So ask yourself, when was the last time I felt calm? And let that, time come to your mind. And then ask yourself, what was I doing? Like, was I doing something that makes me calm? Was I watching a relaxing video? Was I in nature? Was I hugging someone? Was I resting? Was it just before I wake up? Just after I wake up? So when was the last time I felt that emotion, and what I was doing then? What helped me feel that emotion? What induced that emotion within me? And try to do that today. Try to bring that into your life in some manner. Not exactly the same, but like 1% of it or a mini version of it into your day to day. And yeah, and just give yourself the gift to feel that positive emotion, cultivate that positive emotion into your day to day. So yeah, that was the practice that popped up for me. Ah, and I'm glad, Tori, that really like, participated and you chose that emotion. You put in the effort to, bring more of what you want in your life. And I hope that you do think about it, or you have already thought about what you want to do today that is going to make you feel calm and that is going to help you bring this quality of curiosity into your life. And just something that popped up in my head for curiosity. Mm, so, I have a resource that might help you really connect with this emotion or to cultivate this quality of curiosity. So, yeah, there is this course that I have that I created, I think, I don't know, 1 year ago or 2 year ago. And it includes like, quite fun, unique kind of practices that you can do in your daily life that is going to help you feel, that is going to induce this, that is going to cultivate this quality of curiosity that you can bring to your everyday life, to your daily routine, to your room, to your activity, so different things. So maybe you might want to take a look into this if you feel called. And I hope that you find a practice that helps you connect with that curiosity. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Akari says, I was feeling that number too when I saw it come in. Oh, I am so glad, Akari, that, it resonated with you as well. And yeah, let me know if the reading too, landed for you, if this is what you might have needed in your life today. Ah, thank you, Spiritual, for sharing a number. But for this book, we have already done, the reading. So yeah, maybe next time, maybe in our next live, you can choose a number, another number, or this number. But yeah, love your choice. Okay. So, my dear ones, it is time for us to wrap this live, to end this live, as we have been together for the last 1 hour. And I hope that in this hour you received something of value, whether it was the meditation on today's quote, whether it was, the readings, the, energy, the connection that we had, anything. And if you did, if you received something of value from this live and you want to support me to continue doing this, you want to support my work, then you can make a small contribution, via the donation if if you feel called. And if not, and if you still want to support my work, then there are other ways. You can simply just listen to my content. You can leave a review, let me know how you find it. That those words really help me feel motivated to create more. Or you can share it with other people you think that, okay, this person might find this really helpful in their life, so you can share them. So yeah, these are other ways as well you can support me with. So and now, before we go, I want to mention two things. First is that where you can find the summary of this live. So, in case you join late or you just want to revisit the readings, read them because sometimes people like reading and not just listening. So, yeah, if you want to do that, then you can, do that through my group. So, let me show you guys where you can find it. Just a moment. Okay. So when you open my profile, the home section is what usually opens. So when you scroll, sorry. So when you scroll down to the very, very bottom, so at the very bottom, you will see my group called World of Wisdom. And here I share the summary of each live, including the name of the books, the authors, the exact readings, and sometimes some reflections or updates. So, yeah, if you want to join our little community with 150 other beautiful beings, you are very welcome. I would love to have you there. So, yeah, you can find the summary there, and just above it you will find that I have organized all of my audios and videos in the form of these 5 playlists. So if you feel called, if you liked my guided meditation or my energy in general, and you want to check out all the resources that I have to offer, then you can go through these playlists and see if there is something for you. And yeah, and you can find, I also have courses, so you can find them in the courses section. So just, there's a home section, then there's the courses section. So you will find all of my 7 courses here. And finally, if you want to, know more about me, you can go to the About section and read it and, explore some stuff here as well if you are interested. So yeah, that's it. That's all, I had to share. I really appreciate you listening to me so patiently, staying till the end. Thank you so much for joining me, for spending your precious, precious time with me, with all of us in this space. I bow down to the divine within you all. May you all be safe. May you all be healthy. May you all feel abundant. May you all appreciate your life. So, yeah. Uh, and if you enjoyed this live, I would love to see you again. So my next live is day after tomorrow, around the same time, half an hour earlier than this one. So yeah, if you feel called, then I would love to see you again. I don't have the card for it yet, but if you are new to me, you can, follow me so that you get notified when that live comes along, when that gets published. So yeah, thank you, Spiritual and Pradeep. Okay, guys, bye bye. I hope to see you guys soon. Till then, take care.